everybody, welcome to Pod Life. So here we are, it's Monday again, and off on the road we go. So as you saw last week, I had a little bit of time off and just had some jobs and just some errands that I had to do. However, this week certainly makes up for the time I lost last week. We start today in Cornwall, and then we literally work our way up the UK until we get to Glasgow on Friday. I then got to come all the way back to Somerset on Saturday and then back up to Blackpool for the following week. So it's going to be a bumpy ride. Gig number one for this week, we are in Riviera Sands, which is a haven park, which is down in Hale, Cornwall. And guess who's coming along for the ride? You guessed it, folks.
Oh no, I ain't here again.
Here we are, arrived at Riviera Sands after a lovely drive down to Cornwall. Happiest man in Somerset has joined me once again for a show today. He's just got the Wi-Fi, so he's catching up. Great room today. Just waiting for a staff member to arrive so that we can sound check. Everything's set up. The rack looks amazing. If you haven't watched last week's episode about the rack, then head on over there now and watch that.
Is there a table number on the front?
Okay, fed and watered. We've had our tea, haven't we, Grandad? How you feeling?
Too much.
He's at too much. He's at too much. His look lovely though.
Cost too much, extra much.
Costs too much, yet too much. He didn't even pay. What a great show at Riviera Sands. I really enjoyed that. Personally, I felt quite out of practice considering I had a week off last week, so I feel a little bit out of practice and it wasn't just rolling off the tongue, all the in-between bits. Musically it sounded okay, I think. I sang well, I felt comfortable. They were an appreciative crowd. Took a little bit to get going, but once they were there, they were there. Wonderful Ents team. I always say this about Haven, but their Ents teams are just by far superior to any other holiday park I play at. Really impressed. We're now driving home, Grandad and I. Give us a wave, Grandad.
I feel like the Queen.
You feel like the Queen?
Oh no, we got a king now on us.
I think Grandad could probably quote every single line in the show and probably tell you what song's coming up next. But I wouldn't be without him on gigs like this. Spot on. Driving all the way home, back to Somerset now, staying in my own bed, everybody. And then tomorrow we are gigging very locally in Burnham-on-Sea, which is only about 20 minutes from my front door. Let's drive home. Okay, everybody, it's like we haven't even left. So we're now on our way to Burnham, everybody. You all right there, Gramps?
Oh, I got a headache.
Here we are in Burnham. Fantastic setup. Getting in was really easy. Okay, yeah. Just had a bit of food. Me and my granddad, we weren't too hungry today, so I had some crispy shrimp. And what did you have, Gramps? You had
Dirty chips.
Oh yeah, dirty chips, everybody. Dirty chips.
They fell on the floor and picked them up again.
So we're at 8:45 and it's now 6 o'clock. So I might close my eyes for half an hour. I don't know. Although we have got some cards, so I might try and get some of my granddad's money off him. We are now an hour and 15 minutes away from showtime, So in around half an hour's time I'll start getting ready properly to get ahead of myself and have a steam. So some of you saw this last week. This is my Dr. Nelson's steam inhaler. It's not a bong, in case anyone was wondering, and all that goes in it is I put one of these in and it melts inside, okay? What this is a Jakeman's Menthol Throat Sweet. So what you do with this is you fill it with boiling water and any added help that you might want. You then plunge this in, point the spout away from yourself, put that in your mouth, and inhale the steam and exhale through your nose, so you're not wasting any steam either. So that is the Dr. Nelson's inhaler. The reason we steam our voices as singers is because that's the quickest and easiest way to hydrate your vocal cords. Normally after steaming you don't talk or you don't do anything for about 20 minutes. So that gives me time now to have a quick steam for 10 minutes, rest for 20, and then start my vocal warm-up. Really helps.
Yet I'm lost in a dream. You're first, you're the last, my everything. Oh, baby.
Day 3 of 7 this week, so gig 3 of 7 as well. Grandad's coming with today, which is always nice. It's nice to have that extra pair of hands. We're on our way to Doniford Bay. Okay, Doniford Bay complete. That is Wednesday over and done with. All great, cannot fault the team at all. Lovely room, lovely sound. I'm really happy. That is Wednesday done. What did you think, Grandad?
It was alright, but there was no back entrance to the changing rooms.
Well, there you have it. So tomorrow we are going to South Wales, to Key West Holiday Park. It's another haven, last haven of the week. And then we're on the run up to Glasgow for Frankie the concert at the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall. Let's go home, let's get our heads down, and let's do it all over again tomorrow. Let's get home, let's get our heads down and do it all over again tomorrow. Pod people, we are on our way to Wales, southwest Wales, to a place called Key West Holiday Park, another haven, the last haven of the week. Looking forward to this one, and then on to the weekend where we travel up to Glasgow, and then I come all the way back to Somerset for the iconic 80s debut theatre show on Saturday night, and then we go all the way back up to Crewe on Sunday. So it's busy. There's no break in the tour at the moment, so I'm literally driving land to land, singing where I can. The weather's nice, which is always a bonus when driving long distance. There's nothing worse than driving in horrible weather. I'm going to pull over in a minute and get myself a bite to eat and a few snacks for the journey, and get this 3-hour drive over and done with. Arrived here at Key West in southwest Wales. Setup's all done, all sound checked and ready to go. It's a really early start tonight, so it's 8 o'clock for an hour. So I should be on the road again by 9, which is fantastic because we got a long drive up to Glasgow. However, new plans have arisen, and all I got to do is drive to Redditch tonight to go and meet Stephen and Kelly. And there is a hire van that we're going to chuck all the kit into that's going to go up. So my van doesn't have to go to Glasgow, which means it's less miles on the van, less wear and tear, and less fuel to be used. I've also offered to go up in the hire van as well, so that we can take turns in driving up to Glasgow, so that it's not so long and so tiring for a certain person. And then finish the gig and come straight back down to Bridgewater for Iconic 80s. So it's a very busy week. Steaming now, as it's getting into that kind of season where as you're driving and all the freshly cut grass, it's starting to play a bit of havoc. So I'm just trying to steam that out and get it myself right, ready and bushy-tailed for tonight's show. Okay, so there we go. That's all the Havens done this week. I'm now on my way to Redditch to get my head down at Stephen and Kelly's for a couple hours before we get in the van and head to Glasgow. Right, 3.5 hours. Let's get me head down and get started with this journey. Good morning, pod people, podders, whatever you want to call yourselves today. Welcome to a wet and rainy Redditch. I've done a bit of sightseeing today. Found my first cow on the drive this morning. There she is.
You cheeky. I'll get you.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm alright, mate, I'm alright. Yeah, so what we're doing today, everybody, we've hired a van. So which means I haven't got to drive that one all the way to Scotland. Born in Scotland. We're in the services. I don't know what services it is, but I don't want to be recognised. Nobody really wants to know the identity of someone who's wearing these in public.
Everybody's so jealous.
No paps, no paps. Here we are in Glasgow, and I want to show you something.
Sorry, all those mics are turned off. Just turn it on the bottom and I can hear you. A little red switch on the bottom of it. Take a moment to connect, just give
That'll
it like
do.
10 seconds or so. Is that alright now? Yeah, I've stuck some in there. Do you still want more? No worries.
Showtime here at the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow. Sound check is all done. I'm ready to go. Look at this lovely dressing room. Yes, okay. I'm really excited. Okay, and off we go again. So I'm now on my way to the theatre for tonight's iconic 80s show. However, I need to get some white underwear because I wear white trousers in the opening, and I normally wear black boxers, which you can see clear as day through the trousers. So I need to go and buy some white boxers and white socks. Here we go. Well, everybody, what a whirlwind of a weekend, what a monster of a week. We're at the final gig. I'm here at Nantwich Road Social Club in Crewe, on my way up to Blackpool for tomorrow's show. It's been one hell of a week. I'm really tired. It's been a big struggle. 2 big shows back to back, Royal Concert Hall Glasgow with Frankie, and then the debut 80s theatre show with Iconic 80s. I don't know how to talk about Iconic 80s because I still can't put it into words how proud I am to be in that show last night. The atmosphere was electric, the crowd were phenomenal, and it was just a perfect evening. Lots of great comments and big things to come for Iconic 80s. So thanks for watching this week, everybody. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe. Thanks for joining me this week on Pod Life.